How do kinetic energy and potential energy compare? Imagine a roller coaster at the top of a hill. It has a lot of stored energy because of its position. As it starts to descend, that stored energy transforms into motion. That's a perfect example of how potential and kinetic energy work together. Potential energy is energy stored in an object because of where it is or how it is arranged. Think about a stretched rubber band. It has elastic potential energy because of its stretch. When you let go, that energy turns into motion. Another example is water held behind a dam. The water has gravitational potential energy because of its height. When it flows down, it becomes kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is the energy an object has because it is moving. If a ball rolls across the floor, it has kinetic energy. The faster it moves, the more kinetic energy it has. The amount depends on its mass and how fast it is going. For example, a heavy truck moving quickly has more kinetic energy than a small bicycle moving slowly. The formula for kinetic energy is 1/2 times the mass times the velocity squared. These two types of energy are closely connected. When a moving object slows down, its kinetic energy decreases, and its potential energy increases if it is moving to a higher position. For example, when a pendulum swings up, its kinetic energy turns back into potential energy. When it swings down, potential energy becomes kinetic energy again. In heat transfer and energy systems, understanding how these energies change is important. When objects rub against each other, their kinetic energy turns into heat. That's why rubbing your hands together warms them up. Energy can shift from potential to kinetic and back again, keeping the total energy constant unless energy is lost as heat or other forms. Think about a water wheel. As water flows down, its gravitational potential energy turns into kinetic energy, spinning the wheel. In engines, chemical potential energy stored in fuel converts into kinetic energy to move vehicles. Even a stretched bow stores elastic potential energy that becomes kinetic energy when released to shoot an arrow. In summary, potential energy is stored energy based on position or shape, while kinetic energy is energy of motion. They are like two sides of the same coin, constantly transforming from one form to the other in everyday life and in energy systems. Understanding how they compare helps us see how energy moves and changes everywhere around us.